Beware of the smiling, flying monkey. They are nothing more than monitoring spirits.
Please enjoy, like, share, and subscribe. So we're going to get right into today's video. I want to encourage you, child of God, if the Holy Spirit told you to sever ties with somebody for whatever reason, the last few videos I've been talking about people who are involved in witchcraft, and they also have tendencies that in psychology they would consider narcissistic. My personal experience, the person was heavily, based on what the Holy Spirit warned me about, heavily involved in witchcraft, even though she proclaimed to be a Christian. But on top of that, she showed signs of being a very dangerous person. Dangerous because she was very cunning and calculating. I would listen to her speak, and sometimes she would pause after saying something, and it was as if the Holy Spirit was revealing to me that she was dissecting my words and trying to find a way to use it against me. It was very alarming, the amount of red flags that the Lord showed me about this person. And the Lord also told me to sever ties with them immediately. And that's the reason I made the video, Block That Witch, the first one, because the Lord told me to block her number. And on a physical level, like, meaning my nature, my flesh, doesn't do that to people. Because I hate when people do that to me. I hate when people just stop communicating with me or ghost me. So I usually have some type of grand exit, you know? Like, hey, I'm sorry things didn't work out, but I'm going to do this, or shoot them a text, or call them. But in this situation, the Holy Spirit was very clear. Sever ties immediately. And I did that. Now, with that said, the consequences of doing that to a witchcraft worker are that she's going to be offended. And yes, I know that this person was already going to curse me, and this person was already going to try to destroy me in some way. And I also felt strongly that she was seeking to mine, meaning like as if my brain was a gold mine. She was seeking to mine information out of me and steal my intellectual property, steal ideas that the Holy Spirit gave me about particular business models and ventures that the Lord wants me to do. So, and I say this because she wanted to collaborate. She contacted me about collaborating for something. And she didn't have a lot to say about what she was doing, but she definitely was asking a lot of questions about what I was going to be doing. And she wanted all of my contacts to go through her website and sign up through her in order for us to have a so-called streamlined event. Excuse me. But that's what I mean when I say the Holy Spirit will warn you or warn me in this story, because it was all intended to not only steal my ideas, but to steal all my contacts and to steal my intellectual property. But when I severed ties with this witch, the fallout is that if it's a powerful witch, which this one is, they have very long tentacles. So if you can imagine a witchcraft worker being a spider or being an octopus or a squid or something with very long arms, especially something like an octopus. They have very far reach, and they're little imps, people that admire them or following them for whatever reason. Many times these imps that they have are men, or they could be women who are attracted to them in some way, or people that are under their I guess their sway. They have completely fallen under the spell of this witch, and they will do anything the witch asks them to do, including operate as a monitoring spirit in the life of their target, which would be the one that cut them off, the one that they hate spiritually because of the Holy Spirit inside of you or inside of me. So, in saying this, it's so important that we do not regret our decision. Because going through character assassination and dealing with the fallout of what happens when this witch starts telling everybody and anyone, especially people that have very big mouths, people that have influence with their ability to gossip. They definitely will start with the gossip, because the gossip will basically be like the arsonist, and they'll set the whole place ablaze because they just want to tell every and anybody. But this person, this character assassin, in this case the witch, the fallout is great. Okay, great. The fallout is great, and not in a good way. And there are times where I could start having some self-pity and say, maybe I should have handled it differently, or maybe I should have sent a text message to say my grand exit like I usually do, or I usually have done. But the Lord is encouraging me to trust Him. Trust Him and know that the very best thing that I did, and if you've done this, the very best thing that you've done is to be obedient to the Holy Spirit when He tells you what to do. Having the knowledge of what the Holy Spirit has informed you to do, and knowing that you are obedient, that only furthers your protection. So it's not to say that being obedient to the Holy Spirit is going to automatically make all these people that are believing the character assassin all of a sudden just say, oh no, I believe this victim. I believe this person who's being berated. I think they're a good person. I'm not going to believe the character assassin, all because you listen to the Holy Spirit. Unfortunately, this is a broad road situation, and since so many people are on the broad road, many of them will gladly believe the character assassin. But you have to understand that these people were going to hurt you, hurt me, much worse, with more ammunition, more information. The longer you would have stayed in that situation, the more they would have siphoned out of you in some way. And if you tried to do what my nature would do, which is to at least be considerate enough to tell them why you're cutting ties, or the fact that you don't think you two have enough in common to maintain this friendship or this business relationship or this personal relationship, romantic. Whatever you do when dealing with a witch or a warlock, whatever you do and say can and it will be held against you. If you give them a heads up, they're still going to hate you. They're still going to destroy you and everything. But it's so much better to do it the way God says to do it. If God says to cut ties, God did not say, let them know that you're cutting ties. God didn't say that. At least in my situation, He didn't. When God tells you to sever ties, He tells you to sever ties. Because this person is demonic, and they're sent by Satan to destroy you. So, when the backlash comes, when the character assassination happens, know that this too shall pass. It only reveals all the flying monkey demons and all the people that were never worth your time or my time anyway. But don't let that make you doubt that you made the right decision. Because look at the fallout that happened by you just severing ties with this witch or warlock. And understand, that is evidence in itself that you made the right decision in cutting them off and showing no respect or consideration to them because they don't deserve it. They're a child of Satan, and they're walking in the dark gladly, and they were trying to destroy you. So I apologize if the video ended abruptly, but I just want to tell you, God bless you, and stay strong. You made the right decision. Bye-bye.